is 9086.
Okay. I'm going to ask.
Good morning and welcome to
Good morning.
A1 Vacuum and Sewing's Chaos Load into the Show Day. Today is the day where we go and like pile things in the middle of our booth, and then like somehow the next day it looks like somebody with some marketing experience put it together.
Who is that?
I don't know.
It's going to be like Dana and Michelle and Lori. Because they're the gals that are good at beautifying. And that is not me.
So,
Not me.
what do we have to talk about this morning?
We are talking about, what are we talking about? We're not talking about anything.
That's all, folks.
Our mind is elsewhere. It is focused on,
I woke up not wanting to adult today, which I don't often feel that way, but
I feel like that every day.
I've been feeling like that a lot lately.
I can't wait to not adult anymore. I can't wait to be retired someday.
Yeah, I'm retired. I love it.
All the ladies in the store laughed.
So, so the store is chaos today.
No, it's not. Don't listen to him. It's controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos.
It's going to be a mess because we take all the tables and tablecloths and we like leave a huge mess and all the stuff that's been like, I mean, it's a bigger mess than it normally is. But
It's a bigger mess.
it is. It's going to be a bigger mess than it normally is. But still come down. We're going to be. I'm going to be here most of the day, and then probably midday I'll go down with the ladies.
Mid to late
Patrick
afternoon,
and I will
we swap. Like the guys do the heavy lifting, and then the girls go and make it look awesome. I did get some questions about the. The pre-sale for the new machine. I mean, it's funny. We'll talk more about it once the link is up. And expectation would be that we'll have a link on the site for the pre-order in the next couple of days. You know, as I mentioned yesterday, we don't know a ton about the new machine. We know it has something to do with new projection, and you know, we can guess at a bunch of other stuff, but for those of you who definitely want to be in line, that'll be available for you. And we'll keep you up to date and let you know exactly what's happening with that.
Something that we'll end up doing, and it'll take a little while to put it together, but we will put together new user curriculum for the machine. And so that'll be part of what you get. Because I know there's some stores out there that it's maybe they just don't have the ability to support it. But between Michelle and I and Suzanne and Dana, we will be putting something together for you.
Yeah, and right now, it's 17 hours on the Luminaire.
It's a lot.
It's 17 hours on the Luminaire. So I imagine with some new technology, you know, some of that stuff will be modified for the new machine. The funny thing is, the only thing I can say is that the buzz around the new machine is real. And what I mean by that is, like, I had a conversation with another dealer last night where I was like, yeah, there's buzz around every machine. And he's like, Patrick, no, there's not. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he literally goes, you know, you weren't around for some of the machines that were launched where people were like, it's okay. Like, you know, educators, et cetera, have been really tight-lipped, but they have
no choice.
They are saying the machine is all that. So do we need to pre-order, or can we wait to see the new machine? So that's actually a really good question, because the idea behind the pre-order is simple, and that is it just reserves your place in line. You can wait, but your place in line changes. So like if you look at what we did with the Luminaire, and that was later. like, quite frankly, we did it later. Like, there was a lot of information about the Luminaire out there when we started taking pre-orders. You know, we just aren't seeing as much about this new machine yet, and we will definitely make sure you guys see everything that is available as we see it too. But this is something that just reserves your place in line, so feel free to wait. Like, that is absolutely your prerogative. And I would tell you, if you're somebody who is very much on the fence, i.e., like, you really don't think you'll do the new machine, like, it's a $500 refundable deposit. I just say make sure, like put a deposit down if you feel like you're definitely going to lean towards the new machine. That's what I would tell you. You know, if you're somebody who's like, I really feel like I want to wait, it's fine to wait. You just may get your new machine later. And, you know, for our gals that are out of town, that are like waiting for events and stuff like that, we're going to have a lot more information, supposedly the third week of June, just about machine availability and when people should start doing events and stuff like that. And we will definitely keep you in the loop. But if it's something where you know you definitely want the new machine, put your deposit down. And essentially what it'll do is it'll help us monitor our first orders. Like, we will order big, but like, if I knew I had 25 machines pre-ordered, I'd order probably 50. So it's very helpful for us. And, you know, just food for thought. You won't be able to ship the new machines, correct? That is correct. Unless we did business in the store, which is the point of the event. So, for example, you can pre-order the new machine, and then when we do our event or launch party or whatever, if you come out and we do business in the store, I can ship the new machine. And for those of you that are out of town, it you know, there's some potential for you to save tax. Somebody asked price. All I can tell you is I expect it to be more expensive than the Luminaire. And I know that's not a lot.
But they haven't given us anything, so
they haven't given us anything. If I were to make an educated guess, I'd guess between 23 to 25,000, which seems to be where the machines are landing right now.
And that's not what we're going to. I mean, of course, there's going to be a discount.
And everybody's deal is different. So, like, you know, for folks that have reached out to say, well, what are you going to sell these for? I don't know. Like, I haven't seen my cost, and quite frankly, I haven't, like, every deal is different, right? Like, if you're trading in a Dream Machine or an Elissimo or one of those machines, that's a very different trade-in than somebody who's trading in a Luminaire or Solaris. And it's a big difference too between a Luminaire 1 and a Luminaire 3 too.
Or something that has like no stitches and something that's been more heavily used.
So as we learn more, we will definitely let you know. But
if you're at the show and if you're at the Quilt Show and you're thinking about, and you're from out of town and you're thinking about getting the machine, you can put down a deposit, right?
Yeah.
And then we can ship it to you. So if you...
actually, that's actually a great...
So anyone who's coming to the show...
Anybody who's coming to the show, if you're out of state, I hadn't even really thought about that.
Yeah.
But,
put down your deposit, and then we can ship it to you. It's going to save you tax in your...
Yep.
It'll save you tax in your state. So...
that's how prepared we were, is I'm like, mind blown.
Did I just blow your mind, baby?
Yeah. All right. So what else do we have to talk about today? Because we've got to get to work.
I and some of you saw it as sold out, and the only reason it did that is because I don't want you to sign up for it, because it just creates more work for me, because then I have to fulfill it, I have to put you in the calendar, and then I have to, I have some steps. So I am doing, can you grab my Heart and Home? It's like right underneath all that stuff.
Here?
No, right to your left hand, right? Yes, but the whole step, yeah, those two, yeah. Okay, so Heart and Home, I am going to do this on the 19th, and after thinking about it, I decided it's just going to be a free sew-along. The reason I'm doing that is because when we do the classes, Michelle and I try to modify so we can include everybody. I'm too busy right now. So this is going to be geared towards Luminaire and Solaris, and it is also, I'm using a 10.5 by 16 inch snap hoop. If you want that snap hoop, if you don't have it, and you want to do quilt embroidery, I would say get it. Go online. I'm watching for those orders. So if you order it, it'll be 25% off, and they're shipping. So it'll be $229.99 and 20% off, which I think is about $57. So this is the project I'm talking about. This is what we've already stitched out, and we stitched this out. Was it last week? I did a free sew along for this. What I'm going to be teaching you, if you have a Destiny and a Dream machine, a Stellar and Altair, one of those machines, you can do this part with us, which is defining an area and dropping in your stippling and sizing it. So everyone can do that. If you have IQ Designer or Design Center, everyone can partake in that part, okay? So you're not going to be left out for that. The other part I'm doing is going to be, see, I have the flower in the border. I'm going to be doing the auto split quilt sashing. The only machines that have that feature are going to be the Solaris and the Luminaire. So you're the only ones that can partake in that. Everyone else, though, just do clear blue tiles, do OESD border designs, do whatever you want, and you can drop in a border design, and you can use your camera or you can use your positioning feature. But I will be doing auto split quilt sashing with Solaris and Luminaire, people. The other thing I'm telling you is I'm doing that 10.5 by 16 inch hoop. If you don't have that hoop and all you have is the 9.5 by 14, you can do it too, but I'm not going to sit there and walk you through it. You're going to have more hoopings. That's why it's going to be a little bit different. We're doing the same design. Everyone's doing the same design. We're going to do the flower design. And with the 10.5 by 16 inch hoop, we have 8 hoopings. So you can do that with any set. You could do it with a 6 by 10 hoop. It's just going to change the number of hoopings that you're going to be doing. And I'm not going to be walking people through that, because this is a free sew along. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's going to be awesome, but I'm going to be doing it one way and one way only. The steps are the same though. If you do, it's going to be more of the steps, but the process is going to be the same. Does that explain it?
I think so.
Okay. This is what you need for class or sew along next week. I have the backing.
I'm gonna get going.
I'm almost done. The backing, which is a fat quarter. It's a fat quarter. Do not cut it down. The fat quarter, and then the batting, the same size as your backing, and then the top should be piece. I didn't even spray it down. It's just sticks on here. Isn't that great? So this is what you're going to have prepared for the sew along. And if you want to,
what day is the sew along?
Next Wednesday.
Okay.
Next Wednesday.
You're not doing anything on Monday because it's our daughter's birthday.
No sew along next Monday because it is Violet's birthday and Kai's birthday, but Kai will be gone. If you would like a little inspiration, go on to our A1 sew along group. Lynn Geldmeyer did hers, and I saw it and I just started laughing because I was like, oh my God, that is so cute. She added stuff and changed stuff. And there were flower pots on the on either side of the door. And there was a little welcome on the door, a little bird on the top. It's hearts in the sentiment. It is stinking cute. So if you want some inspiration, you want to bump it up a notch and make it more your own, you got to see Lynn's sample. It is more than cute, ridiculously cute.
Alice said the airfare won't compare with the tax savings. We have sold a ton of machines nationwide, concierge style, meaning the deal, I always joke, then you're buying a sewing machine that involves a plane ticket. But people have found that we've still saved them money. And I think the biggest point, this isn't to say that we won't save you money, because I think our deals are competitive. And some of you have reached out and told me your local dealer's deal. And I'm like, that's a good deal. Like, take the deal.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference is in the education and the level of support that you get. And it's funny because another thing that blew my mind recently was that conversation I had with another dealer who is a very, very strong dealer, like a bigger dealer than we are. But he was like, he knows our customers because some of his customers have become shared customers. But he's like, your customers are power users. Like, your customers know more than anybody. So that's going to be the biggest thing for sure. Whatever bundle we put together, because there will be something. We just don't know what it is yet.
That
but
they're going to be offering a bundle.
I'm sure. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the way it works. But their focus right now is on making sure, because I think it's a new platform, a new operating system. Their focus right now is 100% on making sure that the machines are perfect before they get them sent out.
Yeah,
So,
let's do that, right? Of course.
so all right, I'm going to get to work loading and maybe do our first run. This may be the first time we've ever done our first run before noon. And what else? Anything else you have to say, my dear?
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going straight to
I'll stop in the store in the morning.
Does it start at 10 o'clock?
It starts at 10.
And we'll be there a little bit early.
I mean, we always
maybe we could
go
do a
and
little
get
live feed and just show
breakfast.
them.
We always go and get McDonald's breakfast
We
for
get
everybody.
sausage McMuffins and egg McMuffins for everybody. Miss Carol, I've responded, I think, to all your emails. I didn't look this morning. So if it's
Has
from this
Carol
morning,
gotten,
but I did last
Carol's
night.
replacement stuff arrive?
Yeah, I think it was Christmas. It was Christmas
Whoop,
in June.
Christmas in June. I'm
Anna's
sorry
asking,
that took so long, Carol.
Anna just asked, what's the difference between the PQ 1500 and the PQ 1600? A couple of things. I mean, a lot of it's cosmetic. It's like blue and white. The
Well,
new
so
one,
does Anna have the PQ 1500 SL?
I think so.
I would have a difficult time taking your money and selling you no, that part would be very easy, but like, I'm not going to try to talk you into the PQ 1600 SL. A lot of the changes are cosmetic, and I'm sure they're interior differences, but it's not like,
When we opened it, I was like, the little ball that you wrap your thread around to thread it, that used to be red, now it's black. The exterior is blue and white right now instead of just white.
yeah.
And other than that, Michelle, was there anything else?
Well, Patrick just told me he could fix the only thing that made a difference to me, and that was he could give me an LED light instead of a band.
But was there?
That was it. I didn't see anything other than the.
Well, but
So
you're
the
like
lighting was different?
the 1500 had a LED, the 1500 SL had an LED.
Yeah,
What?
I think yours didn't.
No.
The
Mine's only-
1500,
Yeah.
the lighting's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
It
can
has
just
an
put a
LED.
little.
Yeah,
you can just
I
put
have a
So the
little.
lighting is significantly better.
Oh, the lighting's better.
Yeah, it's
That's a
LEDs
big
in
deal.
this.
Yeah.
That's
but
totally a big deal.
you know, it's one of those things where
Trade it in. I'm just kidding.
it's one of those things where I can put an LED bank in there and fix your lighting issues, and that's something where, like I said, it's.
Can you just change out the light bulb?
I mean, I could put an LED bayonet in there, but more importantly, I could put a light strip on.
Oh yeah, I have a secondary light that's clipped onto mine.
Yes, please.
So I don't think there's really much difference, lighting and cosmetic. And
I think there are like internal differences. Like there's some things that they change in the operation of the machine from like how they operate. Because not all the part numbers are the same.
oh,
So that was something that I looked at. Like there are some parts that are unique to the 1600, but it's not like, it wasn't one of those things where I was like, all my 1500 ladies need to upgrade.
But if you don't have one, everyone should have one of those in their sewing room. And maybe when we get back at some point, we'll do a thorough demo on it just so you can watch it sew. Anything else? So we will be open during the quilt show. Lori will be here. The techs will be here. And we're doing 20% off the store that's local. So if you're here at the store, it's too much work to do it on the website. So if you are local and you come into the store, 20% off the store, everything except for the kits that we cut in the store. Glide thread kits won't be, you know what, we'll just do those 20% off. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah. I think that's it. So yes, Deb, you can come in and you can pick up, and we will have an incredible weekend. Here's Miss Graydon. Have you guys ever met Graydon? Graydon, say hello.
Hi.
Graydon is one of Violet's good friends, and if you've ever called this store and you've been helped by somebody amazing, they're all amazing, but one of them might be Graydon, and now you can match. We should do like a show and tell each week.
A show and tell?
Yes, we're gonna show and tell Graydon. So, Graydon will be here too. So she'll be here to help you guys out, and I think that's it. Have a great day. Be creative and make something awesome. I'm going to see if Patrick will live feed from the show this for tomorrow so you can see our booth and maybe get a little tour. Maybe we'll do something.